Our path is ended here. The buffalo, the swift young doe, the land you love so dear. But don't forget the woods, my son. Are those you're leaving here? Father loves you more than life, like mother loves you, dear. But Father, I like not their ways. To me they seem untrue. I want to grow to be a chief. I want to be like you. Your words lie heavy on my heart. Our fathers' tried. They fought the white men one by one, and one by one they died. So you must learn to use your eye that tracks so many deer, and learn to read the New World tracks that make the New World clear, and listen with the rabbit's ear. Remember what you've heard, and when you hear your true friend speak, burn on your heart the words. Father loves you more than life, like mother loves you, dear. But Father, I like not their ways. To me they seem untrue. I want to grow to be a chief. I want to be like you. anything when we really just want to fly. But everybody thinks of something that we believe like it was true. Keeps us feeling special, but it rips our thoughts in two. Take a hint of world religion. Everybody wants to live. Everybody wants some comfort. Everybody wants to give. We all want to live forever. We would like to learn to fly. If we work on them together, the dying sun won't burn our eyes. Didn't get much smaller, so now we cannot defend our faith. They break down communication and they foster growing hate. But everybody is a genius, and we can make our dreams come true. Let's start with something little and do the best with all we do. Religion. Everybody wants to live. Everybody wants some comfort. Everybody wants to give. We all want to live forever, and we would like to learn to fly. If we work on them together, the dying sun won't make our species die. I've got to reach the other island. I know it's there because I saw. We went past when we were children. I've got to get myself across. I'm going to reach the other island. I've got the dolphin in my wake. It's like we're all together flying, making sounds that seagulls make. I'm going surfing with the sound. I'm going surfing with the sound. I'm going surfing with the sound. I've got to reach the other island. It's like I'm almost flying. I'm flapping big wet wings. It's like I'm almost flying. It's like I'm almost there. I'm going to meet some other girlfriends, build myself a place to live. I'll stay until I've seen some changes, and given all that I can give, I'll send a message.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
But it's not my place to judge why people like a weird thing. I never do that.
Then what are you for?
Treachery to intellectual integrity.
Drooling, blithering idiots.
Absolute moral chaos.
What the f*** is wrong with you? What the f***?
What I'm saying is the planet's on fucking fire.
Patient.
Life is chaos of nothing.
Life is sacred.
Welcome, everybody.
Hey
this
there, everybody.
is the Freak and the Deviant podcast, episode -11. My name is Spider.
And I'm Alexander.
Yeah, and this is the Freak and the Deviant. Watch it. New logo right there.
That was
That
pretty
look cool?
good. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool, the rainbow thing.
Yeah.
By the way,
I like it.
what the hell is all that? There's something on the screen that looks very odd.
I don't know. It looks like a big white block.
Yeah, something
Ain't-
got a little fucked up there. I messed it up. Because of course every episode has to have a fuck
Yeah,
up. At the
one
beginning,
fuck up, you
and,
know.
Yeah, we can't live our lives without a few fuck ups. Let's see if I can fix that in the middle of this. But anyway, this is the Freaking the Deviant, the podcast about we got a hey already.
About deviant behavior.
Yeah,
So,
about deviant behavior.
we got some weird ones today.
Yeah, everything that makes you be what we got. What are we fucking up? Yeah, the video. Whoever's, I don't know. Can you guys tell me if the I think the Facebook chat is a little iffy. I don't know what's going on there.
It's definitely a little iffy. It's Facebook.
It's Facebook. It's fine, but yeah, this is the podcast about freaking about the freaking the Deviant. If you had to ask who is who, yes. This is about a conversation about everything and anything that might label you a deviant or a freak in society. This is definitely our forte, and this is the kind of stuff we like to talk about. Hey, cool. We got a lot of attention. What
Oh
is that?
boy.
Oh, big white block. Is that what? Oh no, that's the chat. It looks okay.
Does it look okay?
It evened up because there was a big white chunk on the top, and I guess
I think it just takes a
Fascinating,
a
yeah.
picture of it. So I think it's actually working out.
Yeah. So big announcements first. I'm hungover, and that actually has to do with the float, though. Which, by the way, still got a fundraiser going. FreakingDeviant.com or SpiderMagic.com. We're still kind of putting money up for the float and all the goodies that we're gonna throw in.
We got the condoms. We got the condoms, a bunch of stickers. They look fucking amazing. I should have pulled that up so I can show them around. But yeah, we got that. I ordered another like 500 of the wristbands, and this time they're carved in instead
Oh,
of printed.
really? They're carved in.
Yeah, so like the letters actually.
Oh, that's neat.
Are debossed is the correct term. But yeah, so that's very exciting. And just yesterday, I started building the actual float, the actual structure, the wood stuff, and all that. We kind of got a base going. It was exhausting. It was that Texas sun that sucked.
And I'm going camping tomorrow.
Yeah, and then I made the terrible decision of going drinking after I had been dehydrated. So, whew,
Yeah, that's a really bad
I
combination.
am
Don't do that.
most definitely hungover right now.
Yeah, you will
So-
not have a good time.
So you're gonna be the life of the party today.
Oh, I sure hope so.
But yeah, what do we got? We got any interesting subjects in mind that you want to talk
Oh,
about?
well, we had a request for Nymphomania. That's one thing.
Nymphomania.
I wanted to talk about Masochism as well, and then you had some subjects as well that I thought would be very interesting segues into these sorts of things.
So I'm gonna keep my list of segues.
Your list of segues.
Of subjects here, and
Right.
If I see my opportunity, I'll jump right in, lube and all.
Remember, just car mechanics. It's all car mechanics.
It's all car mechanics. That is what, fucking 9 episodes ago?
Yeah, that was 9 episodes.
Oh my god.
That is going to be a recurring joke.
Can you believe it? We're at episode -11. What does that say? Nymphomania.
Right?
was
Yeah,
my
yeah.
idea. Oh, that was okay. So it was.
Yeah, it was their idea.
Yeah.
I try not to. I mean, of course, you can out yourself if you really want to. But if you do send us a request, we will not say your name on
Is
stream.
this episode -12? No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's the 12th episode, but it's -11.
Yeah, we had a 0th episode.
Yeah, we had a 0 that was actually the pilot. Now, let me open it up real quick.
Just to
up
check?
the actual. Yeah, I don't like to be overly confident here. Let me double check that I'm not actually remembering wrong. Where is my podcast? By the way, for those of you listening on Google Play or iTunes, thank you for all your downloads, for all your support. It means a lot to us that we actually have an audience and we're not just talking to ourselves. So I appreciate the hell out of you guys. For those of you watching, if you want to listen to this only on the audio, it's available on iTunes and Google Play.
The Freak and the Deviant.
What? Oh yeah, it's called The Freak and the Deviant on podcasts for iTunes and Google Play. And if you'd like to see our website, support our GoFundMe for the Pride Parade flow that we got going on, it's going to be at freakanddeviant.com. Once again, it's freakanddeviant.com. Thank you guys very much. Anyway, Nymphomania, let's go. What do we got?
All right, so Nymphomania. So a lot of people, a lot of people have, a lot of misconceptions about Nymphomania, what it is, what it can mean, and all the hubbub about it. So, like, you go in and you think about, like, Nymphomania, what do you think of, right? You think of the Hollywood portrayal of this overly sexualized female who goes out and basically has sex with, like, 8 men at a time and all this other stuff,
Stuff on porn.
Yeah, the stuff that you find on, like, porn stuff. But, I mean, you get, like, certain Hollywood images of Nymphomania, right?
There's a movie called that, isn't there?
Yes, there's a movie called
I haven't
that
seen
about that, and it does kind of a bad job of explaining just kind of what's going on, like, mentally, what everything is going on inside of someone who has a sex addiction.
Is sex addiction the same as nymphomaniac?
Yes, so Nymphomania and a sex addiction are basically the same
I
thing.
got a comment over here, Shia LaBeouf.
Yes.
Do it a lot.
So I went down and I actually had a friend. I went and talked with her about, like, she was diagnosed with sex addiction, right? And
how does that get diagnosed? Is there like an actual
yeah, so
brain thing that they can read? Or?
Yeah, so it's not. It's about the same as any other addiction. I'll get in that here in a moment.
Okay.
About her life and her struggles about dealing with some of this stuff. And while it is actually more typical for a male to exert these sorts of things than female. So even though in, like, the movies and things like that,
Chad is going crazy with his LaBeouf
I know,
thing.
yeah.
Oh, we got a Lyra on the chat saying it's weird not being there. Yeah, she's been joining us for the last few episodes, and now she's not. Sorry, keep.
Yeah, no, you're
I
good.
gotta acknowledge all the conversation happening in front of us here. It's fascinating.
So, statistic-wise, generally speaking, this sort of behavior is more typical in the male population than female population. Even though Hollywood would like to tell you that it's the other way around.
Girls.
It's usually girls. In her particular case, it is with her, but it's not always the case.
Is it similar to those the disorder we talked about this before, where they constantly have orgasms without wanting to?
I don't think did we actually talk about that on the podcast?
Just but passing.
And
We
just
didn't
in
go
passing.
depth,
Okay,
yeah.
well, we'll have to go into depth on that one
Yeah,
because that's a
that's-
different. It's not the same. That is more of a. This is definitely an addiction to the stimulation and end result of the increased endorphins and all that other crazy good stuff that gets released whenever you have sex.
Which should theoretically be, isn't that what it's designed to do? Like that's why sex feels good because
Yes.
it keeps us wanting to reproduce.
You want to keep
So
reproducing.
you get that hormone
Rush
boost.
of serotonin, et
Yeah.
cetera, et cetera. There's a whole bunch of chemicals that get released when you have sex.
Yeah.
But what makes it different from, is the addiction part, right? So regardless of how it's affecting you or the people around you, you need sex, right? You have to have sex, right? You get compulsions, you start getting irritable, you get, sometimes even violent. Like in her case, she got very violent with partners who were, sexed out. She would have easily 2 or 3 partners, and she would make them have sex with her roughly 2 to 3 times a day.
Interesting.
And if any of
I'm
them
reading,
didn't want to, she would get mad at them.
Comment here says there is also a neurological dysfunctions which can cause uncontrollable need for constant sex, but
Yes.
those are different things too.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Didn't know
there
that
are
either.
a few things that are like that, and sometimes they go hand in hand. Like in this particular case, they can. But it's very much the addiction part, right? You are addicted, like someone can be addicted to cocaine or something like that, right? It is something that you can be addicted to.
Well, it's a chemical dependency, right? Is
Yeah,
that-
it
is
becomes a
really-
chemical dependency. Your
Okay.
your mind wants to keep it going. So that's kind of like the generalization part, of nymphomania or sex addiction as we have now. And we can dive a little bit further
how
into
common
it.
is this? Do you do some research? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I
How
did
common
some
is this
research.
kind of thing?
It's actually not particularly common. So a lot of people who would think that they, a lot of people who might be like, well, I like sex a lot. Does that make me as
An
addicted as a
nymphomaniac?
nymphomaniac? Not likely.
No, most people like sex. I don't,
Well, yeah, a lot
I
of
think
people like sex.
I would say all people like sex.
I know some people who don't like sex.
That's I suppose that exists too.
Yeah,
but
that exists.
By and large, most people like sex. So
the
it's not
average.
an addiction by and large because I mean I think the way you would define it was at the moment you start not taking care of yourself. Whereas having sex becomes more important than eating
Things like that.
or paying your rent.
You can generally equate it to people who abuse like cocaine or abuse any other sort of substance.
Yeah.
If at some point, if you think that you might be addicted to sex as someone might be addicted to cocaine, then you might have a problem.
You might be a redneck. Oh wait, no, that's not the.
I mean, you might be a redneck. I mean,
You might be that
you might
too.
be a redneck. I don't know.
I always thought like, one of the comparisons a comedian made was is like weed, like people that like weed still pay their rent, but there are some people that like heroin or cocaine. And it's like, fuck it, I don't need to pay. I don't need a house.
Yeah, and there's the
It's like
thing.
that's the line. Once you stop taking care of yourself, that's when it becomes an addiction, I suppose, or like an actual problem. What do we got? I'd like to think my nymphomania is controlled nymphomania. To be honest, it's gotten much better compared to a year ago.
Right, and
Okay.
there's definitely probably some steps that
So we got
that have been taken care of, that you've probably taken care of yourself really good, and that's awesome. I like
Nice.
that very much. The fact that people aren't dependent on certain things. I don't want to see friends addicted to substances.
There's a conversation about a 12-step program.
Yeah, so there is 12-step programs.
That's
for
real? That's a
yeah,
thing?
Yeah, for sex and love addicts. Codependency is a big thing. Codependency is one of those things that shows up
There's a whole
very
community.
very often inside these sorts of things.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, and it's just a big thing, and it is probably one of the more common addictions, right? As opposed to some of the other weirder addictions.
Particularly because if you're good looking, it's easy to get your fix.
Possibly,
right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, also, well, honestly, I actually think it's not necessarily if you're good looking, but if you're charismatic. So, while looks do play a part in it, it is not always just your looks, because you can look nice but never go out and not have sex. I actually have a friend who is very, very sexy and never leaves the house and doesn't get sex but kind of wants it. And I'm like, well, you got to leave the house to do it. So, there's that.
I don't know, Spider. You have way more sex than me, and I'm a sexy motherfucker. What does that have to do with anything? Well, I mean, that goes to your point. I have charisma.
I know you're super ugly and just
fuck you. Oh, we're gonna go there, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm going there.
Or people who will break their. I was talking about the whole once like you're so addicted to a thing that you're just like, fuck it, I don't need my house. There are those who do that for sex with prostitutes, or they got like a stripper that they're what is it, baby daddy?
Yeah, baby daddy stuff. Where they will sell their house for sex or again codependency or something like that. And it's legit a thing. And those people, you'd probably have some form of sex addiction or some, really bad codependency problems that needs to be looked at by, professionals.
Fascinating.
I would always,
So
if you
I'm
have
yawning here. I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, you're good. If you do think, talk to someone, there are lots of services that you can get both online and other things like that. Talk to professionals about your problems and issues and see what can be done about them if you even have them. I am not a professional in any way, shape, or form, but I will definitely tell you to go seek professional help if you might think about it. And they might tell you, maybe you're not that, but maybe you're getting close, or maybe you should look at these sorts of things to try and help with your love life and your sex life and make sure that you're not.
Spider. I don't know. If you guys were watching the video, I look like shit. I'm exhausted. But no. So one of the interesting ones here is that there's got to be some correlation of people. Not correlation, but I'm to Venn diagram. I'm like the middle ground. Things that coexist. I guess is there are some people that are mildly addicted to sex, but they have aggressive or painful sex. People that are into the kink scene that, like being choked and like being bitten, marked, cut, that kind of shit. To where if they do it a lot, they end up with actual physical damage.
Right. Yeah, and that's definitely a thing. I have definitely pushed beyond my own limitations, which is
we've talked about this before.
Knowing your limits. Well, we're getting to there. And it definitely is kind of eye-opening when you've been pushed to that extreme. We have some rather long comments going here. So any form of psychological, pathological, emotional disorder is probably some kind of normal behavior taken to an extreme. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like people tend to have simple behavior compulsions, obsessions, but destructive ones due to a fixation on anxiety are called OCD.
Wow. I'm like learning things. From someone watching.
Yeah, from someone who's watching. Yeah, so there's
that's what this podcast is about. We learn.
So there's an actual like whole thing about this. Chocolate actually probably has some books. I don't remember the name of some of these books. Please, if you can, tell me. I forgot them. I actually had them memorized at some point, and then something happened. Like I don't remember, and I forgot the books I was going to bring up that might be able to help you gather more information.
Should we have book suggestions, like as part of the podcast? Just kind of put the book on the.
I very much would like that, especially like if we do one. If I remember either the books, if I get the books by next week, I'll I'll have either one on the table or I'll have suggestions for you about this week's topic. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there about sexual behaviors that go into these extremes, right? So if you are feeling like that, again, go find some help. If not, if you're like, my sex is probably a little much, I like it maybe a little too much, then you're probably fine. You're probably fine.
I remember hearing a friend that actually couldn't have like normal sex, like missionary position, anything. Like it had to be violent, aggressive, tied up, that kind of stuff. Like it had to be like super kinky or not sex at all. And I remember them being in an open relationship, and basically said the only reason I'm in a open relationship is because my partner at some point is gonna want regular sex, so he should probably want to go get that somewhere else because I'm not doing it. I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah, so the DSM-5 is the current diagnostic manual for the identifying psychological disorders. Yes, that is the current one.
A lot of people are helping each other on the chat now. We got like a thank you so much. I'm totally looking at CODA now.
Yeah, there's
so they're like looking for like the what is it? Those support center, those
support groups
that we were just
group
talking
supports,
about.
Yes,
they're giving each other advice on on the Twitch chat, which is just this is amazing.
Yeah, very fascinating. I love to see this. This is amazing.
We are totally like this podcast is making a difference in a couple people's lives.
Yeah, so
that's amazing.
If you are listening or if you download, please be sure to come check us out at Twitch and YouTube and Facebook and.
Well, Facebook, you have to be my friend. It's not public.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah, I'm just kind of spreading my podcast onto my Facebook, but unless you're my friend on Facebook, you probably won't be able to see it. But yeah, YouTube. The YouTube channel is Extreme4E, XTREME, number 4, letter E, Extreme4E. And it's the same tag for Twitch. Or you can find both of those channels are linked from freakanddeviant.com. But yeah, join us every Wednesday. It's every Wednesday, what is it, Central Time, 8 p.m. Central Time? 8:30 p.m. Central, Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry. 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Every Wednesday we have been consistently doing this, except that one time the electricity went out and
nothing we can do about that. Nothing we could really do.
But yeah. So join the conversation. This is something that as much as we appreciate you guys listening to us, if you're interested in bringing up a subject that you're curious what we think about, or we should definitely talk about it, bring it up. Just show up to the chats and. Say your piece, or if you're in a weird time zone or something that you're unable to watch it live to actually join us, you can send us an email at freakanddeviant@gmail.com, and we'll address whatever interesting deviant behavior you'd like us to talk about. So yeah, thank you very much for watching.
Yes, thank you very much.
Now back to your program.
Yeah, and if you do send us one, we are not going to say your name or anything.
Yeah, we'll keep it anonymous.
Yeah, we will keep it anonymous for you guys. So I don't think we have any topics other than the Nymphomania that was just done, and we just wanted to touch on it, tell you that that's definitely a thing that exists.
Yeah. Touch a couple nymphomaniacs is fun.
Yeah, touching a couple nymphomaniacs, and yeah. So I think we actually had a pretty.
Wait, I'm on a limon. Nope, I can't.
Yep, yeah, you cannot speak.
And that's not a real fucking word. I'm trying to read what that stupid comment says.
So we actually touched on something which is knowing your limits. So
which goes together with restraints, by the way. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, restraints, knowing your limits, and also about masochism.
Yeah.
So a lot of this stuff actually ties in together.
I remember seeing your training, like when you were training one of my partners, and it's like say stop, and you had them repeat.
Yes, say stop. Yeah.
You need to be confident and saying stop.
Yeah.
Because that's very important. That they're ready to say that.
Yeah. So that's something that I do if someone has a particular problem saying no or stop. I have them repeat no and stop to me, and I do things I start them off with doing things that are mundane that they would normally not say no or stop to, right? Things like, trying to hand them a glass of water. You have them say no to me handing you a glass of water, which seems rather mundane and normal. We will be getting into safe words here in just a moment.
Ooh, safe words. Yeah, that's another topic.
So, we're getting into safe words, and there's a whole topic I can go off about safe words. There's
it's
lots
also
of
got to be
important...
safe behavior because sometimes you're gagging someone. Or
right, and
like
and I'll be going into a lot of that.
That's
so,
a whole other thing, yeah. Hi, Adri.
Making sure that every single person there
Holy
knows.
fucking hell, that is a long.
Oh yeah, okay. Woo! All right,
you read it.
Yeah, so we had my friend here who's fairly in helpful with all this other stuff. Does a lot of his research and really good at everything. Related to this.
Really good at everything.
I said related to this. I just had
okay.
I was trying not to choke on my own spit, which is funny because I barely choke ever. So
weird flex, but okay. What the fuck?
So I'll read this. This is more on the topic of nymphomania and
Nymphomania, totally.
Nymphomania, nymphomania and other psychological dependencies and things like that. So some helpful manuals on dealing with psychological situations. Anything by Brené Brown. You can also check out her TED Talks. Why Does He Do That? Inside the Minds of Angry and Controlling Men. A helpful guide from Lundy Bancroft on dealing with manipulative and abusive men, and Stop Walking on Eggshells, taking your life back when someone you care about has borderline personality disorder by Paul T. Mason, which has a self-explanatory name. Thank you very much, Chocolate.
That was a lot of useful information.
Some really good stuff in there. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Yeah, not even gonna try.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
I'm not even gonna try
reading that comment. I just made up a word there.
I'm sure it's an actual word in that, or maybe not.
You look it up and like, I want to. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. Anyway, safe words.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Going into that. Going back. It's important that your partner first knows when to say no, stop, because if they don't know how to do that, then when the time comes to either use a safe word or to say that word, they're not going to be able to, because in a very demanding and controlling situation where they are feeling powerless, they will choose not to use that word most of the time, and that's bad. They really need to be able to use their safe words and things like that. A safe word that is not used and pushed past, like even if it's from the individual, if they felt uncomfortable during that, that's not good. Chocolate also said that the last two of the books that I mentioned, by the way, have free PDFs online, just in case anybody cares, or anybody who needs it. That would be Inside the Minds of Angry and Controlling Men and Stop Walking on Eggshells, I'm pretty sure. Have free PDFs online, at least according to Chocolate here. So if you...
PDS?
PDF.
Oh, I was like, PDS is the Philip DeFranco show. I was like, wait, what?
Anyways, so safe words and things. So safe words should be more or less somewhat simple. So if you're going to give your partner something long and hard to remember, then it's not going to be as effective. The standards are there for a reason. The light system or the color system.
Which is red means stop,
red
yellow means slow
stop.
down.
Yeah, yellow means check on me.
And presumably nobody says green.
No, I usually have people say green. I will ask them quite frequently, how are you feeling? And they'll say green.
Oh, okay.
And then...
That's simpler. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I don't think I've ever had well, to be fair, I haven't had a lot of scenes in my life, but I don't think I've ever been in a scenario where somebody actually says the safe word. They would say stop.
Yeah.
The only reason you would need a safe word is when there are situations where you can say stop and not mean that.
Right. And that does happen.
But by and large, I have regular sex, so stop means stop.
Yes, and for a lot of things, like even in like certain parts of my scenes, with the exception of some very fringe, or I won't say very fringe, but some fringer situations, where we have agreed beforehand that stop doesn't actually mean stop. They just want to use the word. That this other word actually means stop, usually red, almost always red. And red is like a I get me the hell out of here thing. Like the scene stops. If you say red, the scene stops and it does not continue.
Scene, for those of you guys who have not, we've explained this in previous episodes, but a scene is a sex act on the kink scene where
Yeah.
you're doing some deviant stuff, like particularly someone's getting
Yeah,
hurt, someone's getting tied
so-
up, someone be what do you call it, gagged or something.
Gagged, things like that. So a scene would be what you would see like
a play, basic. When you have a play.
Yeah, if you're going there and you're watching someone get tied up, that is a scene. That's what a scene is.
Scene.
And so
Not
yeah,
funny?
it was all right. It was all right. Solid. You're definitely tired.
Fuck you.
But very educational this time.
Yeah,
Again.
no, we definitely. I don't have the energy to be fucking around and saying a lot of crazy stuff. We got Chase. I don't know who that is. Chase Meatcalf. Is that what it is? Welcome, Chase. Thank you for joining the conversation. We're talking about safe words. Oh, and then the other thing was like safe behaviors. What counts as when somebody's gagged? or
Right.
they're
So
wearing
yeah,
a mask
getting
or
into
something.
that sort of thing. So
Pineapple. Somebody said their safe word.
yeah.
No,
so
so
things that are easy to say, things that are easy to remember are very crucial. So if your safe word is something that is somewhat obscure, I would suggest maybe changing it if you're frequently playing with different partners. Considering that it can be a little rough to, if someone has multiple, kink stuff that's going on, they could have a bunch of different safe words that they need to do. I like the standards, the color system's easy, monuments that aren't hard to pronounce, right? So if your safe word is like Angkor Wat, like that is a little weird.
remember
but
the movie Euro Trip, where he goes into like a sex dungeon with and it's in German.
oh
So
yeah,
they give
yeah.
him the safe word written and put it in his pocket, but he never saw it. So the time is like, I need to stop. He gets the piece of paper and is like, what the fuck? How do you pronounce this? It's another language.
Yeah, there's some definite communication problems, and communication is going to be key both before, during, and after whatever event that you're doing. Beforehand, everything needs to be kind of out. You need to know exactly what's going to be going on.
Yeah.
During, you need to make sure that everything that was discussed previously is going on and nothing more, right? Is going on there, and then afterwards, the care portion of that.
My safe word is in
Hieroglyphics, yes.
No, it says hieroglyphs. I don't know where you got fix.
Hieroglyphs. I mean,
You
same
said-
thing.
We got a lot of fruit too. We got a banana.
Whoa.
Pineapple.
Yeah, I can pronounce that.
Wait, that's the word. That's the word from the fucking movie.
Yep.
The fucking something, and he tried to say it, and he's like, "Did you say blah 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 blah?" And he's like, "Yes, for the love of God, yes." And he's like, "Okay, bring it in." And it was like a dude with a massive dildo gun. It was just fucking funny. That made no sense too, by the way. Like, have you ever seen that scene? The dude pulls out this massive thing, and like 3 dildos open up like a claw, and it's like, what is that gonna do? You can't stick 3 dildos separately. That's just, yeah.
Oh,
in the
yeah, that's
green-
actually a city. That is the name of. See that what Chocolate just posted? That's the name of a city.
Parenthesis one or the top one, the floating?
No, the most recent one. The most recent one. You see
Oh,
that
that's him
long?
too.
Yeah,
Oh.
that is an actual name of a city. I cannot pronounce it.
I see the word fair there.
Yeah. All I know is.
Jan Fair Big. What the hell?
Yeah, that is an actual thing. We can look that up after the podcast.
Greek.
Someone actually says it like from start to finish, like without like breaking it up. So, yeah, there's lots of safe words that are bad. Generally speaking,
That's what we're trying to get
you
to.
want to keep your safe words within 1, maybe 2 syllables.
And
Don't try and go above 3 syllables.
also in your language, just
Preferably in a language that you speak very well.
oh man.
Something that can also be shouted. Just because can be pronounced doesn't mean that you should probably say it because
Oh
you need
no!
sometimes
What
need
are
to say
you
it.
doing? That is my cousin Donaldo, who is traveling to become a priest.
Oh well,
So
you're in a great place.
You're in the right place,
I think
son.
we should move on to masochism.
Yeah.
We'll start with self-flagellation. So,
Oh my god.
our friend over here on Twitch says, "Hi, Donaldo."
Yeah. Bring the pan.
Yeah. So self-flagellation. That is where you hit yourself.
Oh, is that what that means? Oh no, I'm thinking fellatio. Self-fellatio is what I was thinking. Okay.
Fellatio, where you
You suck your own dick.
self-flagellate. Yeah.
Self-fellate. Is that what you said?
Self-fellate. No. Now we have gone a little bit into self-flagellation before.
Yeah, we definitely have.
We did. We got a little bit on there.
It was just stairs.
Yeah, it was the stairs. That was me talking about the time that I had to go with that I was pushed past my limits, and I did not.
Oh, that's funny. I
not
haven't
good.
heard that word in years. That's a Spanish word that is also it's like one of those confusing words. My brother wrote it up there. I don't know. Can you even read that in English? It's
No.
The last Facebook comment over there.
No, I have no idea. What does it mean?
Ooh, fuck me. I don't remember. It's just. I think it's just a tongue tie. What do you call it? A
Tongue twister?
Yeah. But it's a legitimate word. I think I can look it up. I don't remember if there was a meaning to it. But yeah, move on. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a good safe word. Y'all didn't have. No, that's a bad safe word. Don't use that one. Yeah. So self-flagellation. Hit yourself with a flogger, or sometimes you can use if you really want to use a barbed tail, you can do that. Yeah, please hurt me more is a terrible safe word. First of all, too many syllables. Safe word is ouch. So moving on to actual masochism here.
So by the way, that word it comes from the name of an actual city, which is Parangaricutiro. It's Nuevo San Juan Parangaricutiro village in Mexico. Anyway, sorry.
I mean that's interesting.
And then they made that into like a slightly longer to make it a tongue twister, because it already sounded weird. Anyway, move on.
Yeah, so
on to masochism.
Yeah, well, one note before, nothing that you would ordinarily say during the scene. So, something that stands out, again, one syllable, that is really weird. If you guys are doing food play, chances are banana is not a very good safe word.
Harder, also not a good safe word.
Yeah, not a good safe word. Definitely don't do that. However, if toy boat, yeah. Yeah, I just did that on stream. just say toy boat over and over again.
Why?
It's a kind of a tongue twister.
You can't say it a lot of times.
Yeah.
Toy boat. Oh, I see. I get it.
Yeah, you get it.
I guess a little confusing.
Yeah.
Boat in my boat face. What is happening in this?
This is a very weird. This is a very weird one. Yeah, we had some good stuff. We had some good information. So, right. So nothing that's typical during the scene. Right, so if you're flogging someone and your safe word is, hurt me or something like that, that's bad.
It's a bad move, because
obviously flogger is probably not even a good one. Like you just nothing that you're going to be using during the scene.
My safe word is not the ass.
not the ass. Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Are you positive?
You understand that if I say that, it probably means exactly what it sounds like it means.
Yeah.
Perfect. It's a safe word.
Yeah.
What if the safe word was "fuck you"? Funny. It's like if you're like super well spoken, like a nice Christian girl that doesn't ever curse, but if she says "fuck you," the scene's over.
Yeah. Stop. Not a very good safe word. Now most people will be like, why is stop not a good safe word? Well, that's because stop gets said a lot during certain scenes, right? There are things.
Well, even in regular, I can account for like regular sex. Sometimes what they're saying stop is not the scene itself. It might be a particular behavior, like you're biting something too hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you're in the wrong position. Your arm is putting weight on some part of their body that hurts a little bit.
So yeah, and
So the word stop will be said when they don't actually mean stop doing everything.
stop doing everything. It might be one of those things.
Sorry about that. I'm like distancing myself from the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta. When I'm talking to Alex, I look at Alex. Might want to change the format so that we're actually face to face, and then the camera's on the side diagonal somehow. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe put a mic right here in the middle so we actually
Yes, put the microphone. Yeah, so we're
so
doing
actually
this deal.
talking at each other instead of like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be.
One of those big fat, streamer microphones.
Yeah,
I
one of
don't
those big ones. I don't know. Hang it from the ceiling.
know.
Sounds
One that
great.
looks like a dildo.
Yeah.
We can totally do that, by the way. We can dress a microphone like a dildo. And
Oh, that'd be
plant
cool.
it in the middle of the table with like a fucking, what do you call those suction cup ones?
Yeah, with one of the suction cup ones. Speaking of dildos, I still need to get a new dildo. I haven't gotten one yet.
You still got the one that's all decolored and shit?
Yeah, that's all. It has like has all the silver polish on it.
Yeah. That was where me and David were looking at. We needed a drill bit that could cut metal, because we basically cut metals into the frame of the trailer, so we can put studs directly into the actual frame, which is I've never done that before. I actually did not know there were drill bits that were meant for different things. So like we just found out like, oh, this one's for hard metal, and we had to think, and we just kind of looking at it like they get bigger and bigger. And we're like, hey, look at that dildo over there. Oh wait, that's just a drill bit.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm just picturing like a girl with like a choker and dyed hair, just kind of picking one of those up, and someone's like,
yeah. Bad Dragon. Good for dildos. I actually wanted to do dildos next week. Just real deep dive into dildos.
We really got to talk about dildos more. Yeah.
Yeah.
This show does not have enough inappropriate stuff.
Yeah. We're actually really educational this time. I apologize. I'm
Sorry about
so
that.
sorry.
We didn't mean to be educational in any way.
Yeah. Let's finish up this conversation, and we'll move on to something funner. I want to do that one after this one.
The last one.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so let's talk about pain. So why do people like pain? So that's a weird one. Like when you most of the time, you stub your toe, right? It hurts and you don't want to do it again.
This is why I don't smoke, by the way. That's something I consider deviant behavior, smoking.
Smoking?
Because the concept of catching shit on fire and then putting it inside your lungs sounds strange to me. When I was a kid, I used to be a Boy Scout. It was a big shock. Boy Scouts from Mexico, by the way. And we do the thing where you build a fire, right? And if you're in the wrong fucking angle of that, the smoke just hits you in the face and you get a big whiff of that shit. And it hurts like a cunt. Like it goes down. You feel the fucking smoke go down.
Spider, if your cunt hurts, you should seek medical attention.
A good doctor, yeah. I got a cunt doctor somewhere nearby. But yeah, basically inhaling smoke hurts like a bitch. What does that say? Ow, ow, why the fuck? Ouch, quit it. So if it hurts, why the hell did I please call Dick Chop to get my cunt checked out? But basically, actually, you're incorrect. Most cunts hurt. I hear there's some weird shit that happens to cunts. That it's another way that God shows us how He loves us. Anyway,
I don't think it's the actual cunt that hurts. I think it's
not?
pretty sure it's
Damn.
the internal plumbing and organization of that, shedding its skin
Let
kind
me
of like a
have
snake.
my joke. I'm tired. But anyway, the whole concept of like you do something that it hurts, you kind of step away from it. You never do it again. So when somebody's like, "Oh, we got these little sticks and catch them on fire and inhale," it's like, why? I've got stuff on fire before and it smells like pain. So I stopped doing that, and pursuing that seems just weird.
Right, and that can be
That connects to
that connects to the thing because you're not into pain. You don't like pain at all,
No, I do not.
and that makes you normal.
Fuck you.
That makes you normal. Most people don't like pain though. Like most people, they get slapped in the face and they don't like it. They don't like
Most
it. And
people
some
don't like
people some people go into the kink scene just to get slapped in the face because they don't like it.
Whoa. So people pursue
Things that they pursue
don't enjoy.
discomfort. Now that is not
discomfort is basically pain.
pain,
The
but
pain is defined as discomfort. Hi,
right.
Stacy.
Yeah, is just, more extreme discomfort. Now there are varying degrees of masochism, and this list goes on for a very long way. Like, there are people who are more extreme than I am. There are people who are less extreme than I am. There's a lot of people who are less extreme
Well, it's
than I
not
am.
always physical either, right? Aren't
No.
there people that like to be mentally abused, and that's why they pursue shitty relationships?
Yeah, there are some people who that is their kink, where they want to be mentally have a mental discomforts. Yeah,
Sometimes
there's a version of masochism that is very much like that, where it is all
I gotta read it out loud
context.
because there's people that just listen. Sometimes people don't enjoy the pain itself, but the context in which the pain is given. You know what? I remember having experiences where I had a friend that was going through some painful shit or whatever. I think like boyfriend cheated on her or some shit like that, and I offered for her to slap me, and apparently that helped release some of the anger. And I wouldn't. I had nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of helping my friend. Like, would slapping someone help? And like, yeah, sure. That happens in the Bunding.
Yeah.
The TV
no,
show?
it's actually a thing that I have done several times, and where do you want to just slap someone? Well, yeah. Well, it's like, well, I like being slapped, so go for it.
So
Let's do this.
Let's
let's
mix
do
our
this
kinks.
thing. Yeah, let's mix it up. Some people want to slap someone, even if it's not like I'm a sadist and want to inflict pain. Sometimes some people just want a good slap, and then I'm very much willing to take a slap, and they like that.
Reminds me of the fucking. There's a comedian that's like playing a guitar and is like, "You need new shoes. I need a blowjob. Let's work it out."
Yeah, kind of, except more pain related.
I want to hurt someone. Then what is it? I want to hurt someone. You want to get hurt.
Yeah.
Let's mingle. Speaking of which,
Blowjob and a milkshake. Hell yeah. Sorry.
How's your Christian Mingle account going?
Oh, my Christian Mingle account.
I was suggested by people at the bar that you should log into that account while you're live on the podcast and see if you can turn some Christian girl into an atheist.
See, I actually think
too trolly for you.
Maybe a little too trolly for me. I don't find that that necessarily okay right now. But honestly, don't really need it. But
that's fair. But would you consider actually dating someone in Christian Mingle? Could you? Well,
how about this? I can think of a situation where I would, if we got talking and it turns out that they were on there in somewhat of a similar situation to me, right?
Oh, interesting. So they're not Christian, just the parent.
The parent wants them,
put them up to it.
Put them up to it, things like that.
I've always so I'm actually of the opinion that a person should not be in a relationship with someone who has vastly different beliefs.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that, at least in
like
in
a
some
Christian
parts,
and an atheist, but not necessarily, because a lot of people are Christians that don't really believe any of that shit. They're just Christians by title, so that's a little bit different. But there are people that like go to church on Sunday and take Catholic school and all that.
They are devout.
Yeah, devout religious person, and then they're in a relationship with a loud atheist that will never bend to those norms.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just fascinated about those kinds of relationships. I don't believe that's possible to have a.
I think it's technically possible.
I have a feeling that somebody can probably prove me wrong, but I've never seen that work out. What does that say? Hi, Mom. Made me an account on here. Oh, hi. My mom made me an account on here, but I have an atheist podcast called The Weirdo and the
Especially unusual.
Marry me now, please.
Yeah, I think my.
What are the fucking chances?
To be fair, you know what I would say to them?
We got to look that title up. We might have to buy that domain too.
Yeah. The weirdo and the especially unusual. Yeah, well, first of all, our podcast has a catchier name, and second of all,
are we competing?
Yeah. I would start competing. I'd be like, forget that.
My podcast is better.
My podcast is way better.
Oh my god, I was actually. Fuck! I lost my train of thought. I suck.
You're really bad at this. Let's finish up beating this horse here, and And
keep beating that horse.
Yeah, gotta keep beating that horse.
The freak, the deviant, the weirdo, and the other one. Well, once we get a little, like some more mics.
Yeah, we need
might
some
be
more
able to do it.
mics. Well, I should have a mic coming on Monday, so we can actually probably have like.
And I just
more
found out
guests
that
and
I actually
things.
have technically 2 mics I can plug into this podcast. One of them is this one right here. Which should I show the podcast? I don't think
It's not really
any
that
of their
big a deal. I
interests,
mean, they'll
yeah.
see it here pretty soon anyway, so. You know.
I don't know. I don't think I can make it to the podcast. Somebody has to hold it, or I need to get a stand for it.
Oh, okay.
It didn't fit on this or that.
Really? That's
I mean, it fits. It's just.
It fits, but it's a little tight.
Yep. It has to be in a weird angle, and I don't.
A weird angle, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know, like reverse cowgirl's
Shrivel
great for
to
that.
the, yeah,
but-
for sure. Mechanics.
Mechanics. It's just car mechanics, guys. It's just car mechanics.
Is this anyone named Mike in the Facebook chat? What is happening?
I don't even know.
I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about anymore.
So Masochism finishing up. So yeah, there's a lot of
Beat that horse.
Yeah, let's beat it. Lots of varying degrees here. Like you have a lot of people think of, like the extreme stuff, right? So they like getting, beaten for hours and hours and hours, right? They like getting slapped up, beat up, punched, etc.
Sora? Somebody just added me on Twitch. So thank you for joining and watching. I haven't seen your name pop up in the comments, but we got a new follower called Sora. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I'm stupid. But yeah, just kind of reviewing. But yeah, let's beat a horse. Oh, it's me. Oh, I get it. Killing. It might be who I think it is. Anyway, you want to finish beating that horse before I?
Yeah.
move
So
on?
yeah. Well, before we move on, the degrees of masochism are very much things. So some people just like getting spanked. Some people like getting spanked a lot, and then some people like pain on different parts of their body. Not everything is the same. Each masochist has different preferences of how they like to be hurt, where they like to be hurt, and even why they like to be hurt.
With what tool?
With what tool is also a thing. And generally speaking, masochists who have been doing things for a while kind of know. It really usually stems from like the standard discomforts. Usually if someone is...
Jesus is watching and he's very, very interesting and
yeah,
excited.
Yeah, Jesus would probably would have gotten there. So people... If,
oh, no. By the way, that whole Jesus thing, like, he must have been into it, right?
I mean, he doesn't necessarily have to be into it. Probably by the end.
He predicted it, knew what was going to happen, and did nothing to stop it.
He probably
That's what
prepared
suicide is. He prepared himself.
He probably prepared himself.
Yeah,
I mean, actually, it says in the Bible that he prepared himself, which I'm assuming is he went through
He
a
put
mental...
lube on his hands, right?
Well, he put lube on the hands, but more specifically, he prepared himself mentally for the scene that he was taking part in.
The scene.
Where the safe word was "Why have you forsaken me?" A terrible, terrible safe word.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I took that joke and ran with it. He said it way too late in the scene. He should have said it way
there
sooner.
was no lube back then. They used olive oil. Somebody said he was asking for it. Oh god, it was gross, but we can't judge.
So,
Daddy, why have you forsaken?
Yeah, definitely definitely went there today. I'm excited. We went pretty far in there.
Oh god, is my cousin the one that's trying to be a priest still watching? Cause sorry about that, dude.
Probably left, and if they didn't, hi.
You're watching the wrong show.
I don't think you're watching the wrong. I think you're watching the right show.
The right show.
You're watching the right show.
Everything is worth laughing at.
And I am totally down if that cousin of yours wants to come and try and talk to us about stuff.
I tried once. His mom hates me.
I mean, yeah, that's fair, but
I need them as friend. Wait, what? The daddy, the little
they're
boy,
talking
and
about
the couple
stuff.
of lesbian. There's a whole thing happening on that fucking chat now. But yeah, Any last remarks on the masochism before we lose the train of this?
We'll be going over masochism in depth. I want to do like
We need to do it
specialty
again.
episodes where I come in, bring a bunch of stuff, and we actually just talk about masochism for an
Beat each
hour
other
and
up
30
with-
minutes.
Oh,
you know?
you mean got it.
Yeah. I mean,
talk,
I don't know if you can really hurt me in the way I want you to.
Oh no, I can't.
Probably not.
That's actually a thing that I'm also like, I'm a little kinky on the whole like choking and pulling hair, all that stuff, but to a limit. I am not willing to actually hurt someone. It's one of those like safely.
Yeah, very much a safely sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I go a little bit harder on average.
Lots of ball busting.
It also depends on how I'm feeling that day. Sometimes if I'm not really into it, you know.
Yeah.
I think my favorite thing is, you know, some vigorous blowjobbing happen, you know, throat fucking and stuff like that.
That fucking car is loud.
Yeah, there's
I
a
felt it
loud
on the
car.
goddamn floor.
Anyway, so let's move on to some actual like deviant behavior that is not sexually or you know
Not
sexually
necessarily, just
not
deviant
sexual,
in
just
general.
deviancy, just deviancy.
I have learned recently that I have a coworker who apparently takes a beer into the shower, and I am blown away by the fact that there are people to do that. Now, as we were kind of discussing right before we started this, I kind of brought it up, and it's like, I know there are some people that might like take a bath with like a glass of wine or something.
You know, in the
But, like,
evening when
there's
they
a-
have like a book, they're reading a book, they have a glass of wine.
Yeah.
You know,
See, we
maybe a
got
bubble
somebody
bath.
there that loves shower beer. Holy shit, so good.
Shower beer is the tits.
Are you guys serious? Like, is this a thing that actually happens in society?
Welcome to deviancy.
That people just bring. I don't understand. It's like it's like drinking the water you're showering from. Like, I don't know why that feels just gross. It's not like that water is any different from the toilet one, is it?
I mean, I've never tried shower beer. I don't really like beer that much.
I
I'm more of
actually
an
hate
ale
beer.
guy.
Yeah.
I'm more of an ale guy. So like, I don't know. Maybe we should try a shower ale.
Give it a try and tell me I'm wrong. No.
I mean, I'm down for trying shower ale.
I don't drink beer.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't think it really matters that much.
I'm gonna go get gay. Ale is big. Well, yeah, I can imagine like just me with my Jack and Coke in there trying to take a shower. I don't think it's gonna.
All right, yeah. How about talk to? I've talked to some beer people
That don't believe that's.
that ale is not beer and beer is not ale.
Oh my God! Is this gonna be the conversation? It's
Yeah,
it's
and
a
my-
hot dog is sandwich.
Well, yeah, basically. Like, I've met some people. I mean, they are, but look, I'm not. They are snooty fucks, in my opinion. I think they are snooty fucks, people who say that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know these guys, but they were
See,
mad at me.
A bath is different. Just shower and mead.
Yeah, bath
Oh
is.
my God.
Yeah,
See,
bath
a bath,
is
I
different.
get it.
Yeah,
A bath makes sense because you're actually relaxing. You're no longer just washing,
Yeah.
right? You're there to relax. That's what baths usually do. But I don't get the whole beer in the shower. You usually shower for not a very long period of time. It can wait. What's the fucking rush?
I mean, I've had I've had a soda in the shower.
Remember that thing of Mr. Bean where like he was brushing his teeth while driving?
Mm-hmm.
And he like pulls out the window and like gets the little water to shit in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it made me think of. Like, who the fuck is showering? And it's like, oh, I need a beer now. And another thing you were bringing up is that most people will shower in the morning. Who the hell's drinking at that time?
Yeah, I shower in the morning. So I wake up,
So I
have
can
a
see that.
shower. I'm not gonna drink a beer.
Oh, there's a
in the
debate right there.
shower.
Is pineapple and pizza? Does pineapple belong on pizza? What kind of fucking deviant puts pizza in my pineapple?
I don't think that's something I want to do. How about I take a pineapple, chocolate? I want to take a pineapple.
Put a
I want to
slice of
get
pizza on it.
pizza rolls, like
Yes,
pizza
pizza rolls.
rolled up pizza. We make our own pizza rolls, rolled up pizza.
Yeah, and then put a
we
slice of
stick it
pineapple.
inside pineapples.
Oh my God!
Like-
how do you eat that?
That's a great question. I have no idea, but I want to do it, and we will do it. I have a friend.
And we'll be eating that shit on air.
I have a friend. The calzone.
The calzone.
Yeah, we're gonna call it the calzone. CAL-ZONE. Calzone.
Fuck you! I hate you all.
So-
I think we broke someone on the.
Yeah, those are stoner ideas, and I don't even smoke weed.
That does sound like a fun.
It's a stoner idea, and I don't even smoke weed.
How do don't we do that? Like, I want to do it and like have them here and just I guess
That would
spoon
be
shit
that
up.
would be a good thing, you know, like a full pineapple, have pizza in it.
We'll smoke the pizza.
Oh, dude, we could smoke
Yeah,
the
you
pizza.
smoke the shit
Yeah,
out
we
of
can
it.
smoke
Yeah,
the pizza.
busy. We just
So I
invented a
guess that's an
thing.
actual thing, you know. People like beer in the shower, and some people like pineapple on the
I will
pizza
openly-
and pizza on the pineapple.
I want to openly admit to the fact that I made that up because I misspoke, and I just trumped my way through. Because I'm like, who the fuck puts pizza? And I'm like, shit, I said the wrong word. Pizza on my pineapple. I just like Trump. You know how Trump misspeaks, and I'm like, oh, I totally meant to say that.
Yeah, you totally didn't. You're tired.
Like, the oranges and the beginnings of the like, oh yeah, you didn't say origins. Covfefe people. Covfefe. Oh my god. That's another one. That's definitely deviant behavior. There are some people that eat some weird shit. In the world.
Absolutely.
I like, again, I'm from Mexico. I get it. I've eaten dog and horse.
I mean, I've eaten dog and horse.
Have you ever eaten crocodile? Or,
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I had that in
Or alligator.
Louisiana. Alligator.
Alligator.
I think it was. Yeah. I've eaten duck. I've eaten frog.
Oh yeah, same.
Is there anything weird you've ever eaten outside? Because you've been to like Japan and shit, right?
Yeah, well, actually, no. Japanese cuisine isn't really that weird.
It's not?
I mean, it has some weird stuff in
Don't
it,
they eat,
but
like squid and shit like that?
well, yeah, I've had octopus and squid and things like that,
Octopus.
but it's actually not. That's not that bad. If you had calamari, fried calamari, you've had it.
fermenting onions in my head.
Yes, I have eaten an entire spoonful of wasabi.
That pistachio ice cream.
It is.
Cars, nobody. All right, I got it.
Yeah. So, I went to Japan.
Berry tablets. We have to do that on the fucking
Yeah,
podcast.
miracle berry tablets. Yeah,
I forgot
that's some
about
weird
that.
stuff.
We
So,
did a video once about this. Like, it was like 4 of us just eating weird shit.
yeah, eating weird stuff while in the
Bring
miracle
it up.
berries.
Bring it. Let's.
Yeah,
let's
we'll
plug that
let me
bitch in.
let me tell this story and then
Yeah, go for
we'll
it, go
start
for
the miracle berry stuff. Check the time. Oh, is it right there? Oh, cool. So I went to Japan and we in the morning there was breakfast and stuff in the place that we were staying, and someone that we had gone on the trip with who we didn't know what this green pasty substance was. We had rice and all these other things and.
So they just grabbed like a. Full
They grabbed a large section of the green substance and put it in their mouth and started chewing.
Oh no, that shit is so fucking spicy.
They were crying.
Yeah.
They were.
What the hell's in there? Is that capsaicin? Or is there an actual pepper? in
No, it's actually it is a mustard based burn, not a capsaicin based burn.
Oh, okay. So it's
So
not the
it
same.
will actually burn you if you
No
don't do
shit.
things
So it's
right.
actually dangerous. Oh wow. Open design is
Yeah,
right the fuck up.
so
That is
not
awesome.
me and my friend at the time, me and my friend, we're still friends, not at the time. Me and my friend decided that we didn't want to be outdone and proceeded to take a spoonful ourselves, link arms,
Oh god,
and
you jackasses.
eat a full spoon of wasabi. And it burned, to say the least. It is probably one of the worst burns I've had eating spicy food. And I've
Speaking of
had
which-
some really spicy stuff.
Speaking of which, we still have the Toe of Satan lollipop that is 9 million Scovilles that he will stick up his ass and put it on Pornhub if we reach $10,000
$10,000
on the fundraiser on the GoFundMe for the
Some
Pride
of that
Parade.
will be going to my
So,
medical bills.
Some of that's gonna have to go there. But yeah, let me plug this in one more time. By the way, for those of you who are new here and were not here at the beginning of the show. We are sponsoring, I suppose is the term. I don't know. Like we are. We're gonna have a float at the Pride Parade this year in Austin, Texas. It's August 10th. We got a little bit of time. We already started the build, and we actually have a fundraiser for those of you who want to participate. Help get some supplies and some decorations, lighting. Print some stuff to put on there. We got all kinds of cool ideas, and it really is going to depend on how much money we have at the point that we start decorating. So if you'd like to participate, donate. It's the GoFundMe is at freakanddeviant.com, and you can also find it at spidermagic.com. And yeah, if you donate, what is it, like $5 to somebody that sees me and knows where to find me, I'll give you a wristband. These are the wristbands that I custom ordered to throw off of the float. This is the first run of them. I got way more coming.
Take a look at the last episode if you want to kind of get them
Yeah,
in
last
bigger
episode
detail.
we're showing them. We're gonna give more. There's also on the fundraiser. There's a clip of the last show where we went into debt about that in depth. I keep saying that fucking word wrong. But yeah, basically, if you donate something over $50, I'll give you one of the shirts that I designed for the people that are participating. And he just jumped in and said, "Oh, if we get to $1,000, we will share that 9 million Scoville lollipop on the live on the podcast, so you can enjoy our suffering." Probably at the last 10 minutes of the show.
The last 10 minutes, so that you get about 10 minutes of us wanting to die. And then, just know that once that happens, we will be dying afterward.
Well, the
more.
challenge supposedly is 5 minutes. You have to keep it 5 minutes in your mouth.
So
I
you
say
keep it
I
for
do
5 minutes.
and then
I'll
you
do
keep it
5 minutes
while I
as you're
suffer.
dying. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it'll be 15 minutes. So we have the last 5 minutes of us dying. Unfollowed. But yeah, and then you threw that extra offer.
Yeah. So if we get 10,000. We're getting a Pornhub account, and I will stick it up my ass. Yeah, we will have a tasteful version.
I will lube it myself. I won't.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
putting it up my butt for 10 grand. I guess I'll keep it there for 3 minutes. I guess do the 5 minutes. I'll do the challenge except rectally. I'll have a.
I'm a little worried that I don't really believe that there's gonna be much damage in the ass.
I have no idea. I'm a little scared.
Because you don't have the same sense, like. So the wake up sensation works is that it tricks your tonsils, your tongue into feeling pain, but you don't have the same sensors in your butt.
Well, there is only one thing that your butt can taste, and it is spicy.
Is that what is always making that face? Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, God,
so
I'm an
the only
idiot.
thing that your
I'm
butt
a
can taste is
fucking
spicy,
idiot.
because if you've ever eaten spicy food, the only thing that tastes the same going in as it does coming out is spicy food.
It's spicy food. That's actually very interesting. Oh my God. You will seriously bleed. Yeah, probably. There will be damage. I mean, it's a smooth lollipop. It looks like a toe. Have you ever had a toe in your butthole?
Yes.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
So it shouldn't be too difficult. It's just Satan's. It's a different kink, I suppose. Do we have anything else? We're running out of time here, but let's see. Knowing your limits. Oh, there's something I wanted to touch on. Deep fakes. I'm pretty sure this grants a much longer conversation about the what do you call it, the morality of the technology that exists now to make videos that look like someone else said something. And I think one of the counter effects of that, though, that I was kind of arguing to myself about, is like, that means we can now show a video of Trump saying some crazy shit, and then it goes like, that wasn't me, that's fake video, like fake news. Like, he just, that sucks to me that now he has that out. Like, I didn't say that the thing in the bus with the girl by the pussy, I never said that, it was just a fake video, you know.
Well, it is it brings up an interesting conversation.
If I find the technology to do it, I will try to do a deepfake where we swap faces and see what that looks like. See how
deepfake where we are actually like other people. I will say some weird stuff. I'm gonna say some weird things.
I want to be Gilbert Gottfried.
Gilbert Gottfried?
I want to look like him.
That's fair. I like that. How about this? We do one where we do a deep fake where we deep fake each other, and then the next episode we just sit in opposite positions
and see what happens. Oh my God.
The deep fake where Spider gets the devil's toe up his ass.
No, that's not happening.
Well, if it's a deep fake, that means it's your face but my body.
He's the masochist.
I am a masochist.
I am not. I'm not even someone that enjoys causing pain. I mean, I like causing pleasure, and in some cases, there's a mixture.
There is definitely a mixture of pleasure and pain.
A little bit of hurting to get them to enjoy. We didn't talk about restraints.
We have not talked about restraints. I really want to go into a more like in-depth thing of restraints. I have a lot of rope, and I've been doing a lot of rope play recently. I'm very happy with some of the amount of rope that I've been doing, as well as I have additional restraints. And I'm actually making arm bags. which are all really fun restraints. I very much a teaser episode or a teaser for the next episode. I'll probably bring like my rope and like my handcuffs
By the
and
way,
things like that.
somebody brought up something interesting. I think next time it actually does kind of it might be a nice hook for someone who's not familiar with the show to say the subjects we're going to talk about ahead of time. Although this show is kind of full of tangents, so we're going to say what we're planning on talking about, and we might or might not get to everything, and then add some weird stories and crazy shit. This show does not have what do you call those, rails?
Yeah, we've never had rails. The train had rails on episode 0, and literally it's been all downhill.
It's been all downhill from there.
Yeah, it fell off the cliff, and
Which
it's
is
still
why
going
we're
downhill.
in episode -11s.
yeah, it's there's no rails.
There's no rails.
We're going off the rails.
On a crazy train.
Thank you. So yeah, I guess let's
episode negative. Why are you doing this to me? I'm not.
We've already done this one.
I'm not
before.
googling this.
I
think he brought that up on the first episode.
Yeah,
Didn't he give us like a fake number or some shit? I don't even know what it was. A symbol.
No, it was the symbol. That is what that symbol means.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. So
I'm out of topics, man. That's all you. We
we
got 8 minutes.
I go a little bit into restraints. Restraints, kind of obvious. Make sure you have safe words and things like that. We did not touch on safe action though, which is something that if you
instead of a safe word, something that you do.
Something that you do. So let's say you are completely bound, right? And you can only move like your hands and you're gagged, right? And your hands are kind of like flopping. Clapping, is a thing that you can do in that point. Or
Are you serious?
Yeah, there are safe claps. Yeah, like rhythms.
I know tapping out like wrestling.
Yeah, so
That's
if you're
I've actually seen this in porn where like
yeah.
dude's fucking her way too hard and she just
on
his back taps.
Yeah, and taps out.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Tapping is very, very simple. Like wrestling, it's 3 quick taps on the person or on yourself in a visible position so that they can see that you are tapping out.
It's actually...
Usually it's done on the person. So like if you are close enough to touch the person, you tap them 3 quick times and it's done. Try not to make things too complicated, obviously. To make sure that you aren't tapping out in Morse code. Please help me. Oh God, I'm dying. That might take you a while, and you might have some problems.
Funny enough, that's the same on a motorcycle. When you have someone riding on the back of a motorcycle, you can't really communicate. So it's one of those, if you need to stop for bathroom break or if you're on a road trip or something like that, you gotta like I've done this before where I instructed like tap my shoulder, like let me know you need to stop and do something. For any reason. It was like, oh shit, my cell phone flew out. I gotta
get a new cell phone.
Yeah, you can't just tell me. You have to stop me first, and I have to stop the bike, and by then, too far.
Yeah.
So that kind of the interesting how the thing connects to that. Wait, what does that say? Episode.
Why are you trying to read these things now?
Why
are you trying to read? Right? Why?
Why is he posting it?
I don't know.
Hi, cat.
Why do you touch yourself at night?
Because I'm bored.
I mean, that's fair.
To fall asleep?
How
that's
dare
a good one.
You? That's a good one.
I've done this before where like I might not be on the mood for like sex, but I'll jerk up because it fucking makes me sleepy. And I can go to sleep
that's very
after
common.
That.
Yeah, classic reasons. Yeah,
ooh, dude, you ever woken up and they're like, I need to go back to sleep, and then you can, so you just rub one out.
Yeah, so you rub one out and then go back to bed.
Go back to sleep. You
That's
just woke up to jerk off.
Hi, cat.
What did that say? Can't touch myself without posting math memes in your chat. Oh.
It's your kink. Well, good thing kink shaming is my kink. You should be ashamed.
That's a shirt. That's a shirt. Did you steal that from somewhere?
No.
We need that on a shirt. We need that. Good thing kink shaming is my kink.
You should be ashamed.
You should be ashamed.
Yeah.
I gotta write that down. I'm gonna come up with some.
Being shamed by a kink shamer is my kink.
Oh!
Okay. I'm glad we could have this like mutual
get wrecked.
This mutual jerk session we're having across chat here. It's great.
Everybody stroke each other. It's a great symbol for the United Strokes of America.
That can be taken a bunch of weird ways.
It's a George Carlin joke. Don't shame me, but shame me harder. What the fuck?
We have some weird things happening in chat right now.
Yeah, I'm not really. I don't think I'm following anymore.
Well, we have a little less than 5 minutes left, so
Outros. Anything important?
Outro.
What else is going on? Oh, by the way, I got this piece of fabric. Doesn't that look cool?
It does look pretty
So
neat.
it's actually the logo that I designed for the Pride. So this is actually a printed fabric that I will be stitching into my pants as the pocket. I just gotta cut the outline and put it in there, and I thought that was fucking awesome. That's why I got two of them. They'll be on my trip pants when I'm walking around the Pride parade. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah. Oh God, I have nothing in mind.
Well, we'll go over by what we have. We have the fundraiser that we're doing.
Oh yeah,
Jari
the
kind of
fundraiser.
talked
brought
about.
that up. Is freakanddeviant.com. There's a link there that says donate to our Pride Parade float. You can help us out, and again, it'll mean a lot. It's gonna be an amazing evening, and hoping to make it better with a little bit more money to buy some extra goodies that we can give away. What else? Fucking hell, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, you're really tired.
We
You're
got
really running out of it.
said we got an extra microphone coming through, which means we're gonna be ready soon to actually interview people.
Actually have people on the
To have
podcast.
guests. Alira has been Spider Pants. But yeah, Alira made a couple of cameos on the last few episodes, but that was it was a fortuitous situation.
It was a prototype.
Yeah, because she was basically sitting on her own gaming chair with the camera from the computer that was streaming from, which simplified the process a little bit. Now, it seems to me like we can probably get an extra chair and then stretch the camera further back.
Oh, yeah, we could probably put the camera a little bit further back, and then I can sit over here. We've moved the table just a little bit. There's things that we can do. We'll
I'm
figure
pretty
it
sure
out.
there's methods of having an extra person. I wanna have Spencer as one of my coworkers who's a dwarf is the term. We still have Sightless Senshi, which is the blind guy that that is engaged to a deaf girl, and the dude is like a master.
Bader? Yeah, probably.
No, he's a gamer. He's an actual streamer.
Oh, yeah, that too.
And he plays video games without looking at the screen because he's blind. But he also turns around in case you don't believe he's actually blind. Because it's so easy to just pretend, I guess.
Pretend that you're
for
blind.
the attention on the internet. Yeah, it's something people do. So that's interesting. We also have Draco. He was contacting me earlier about when I want to have him tell the story about when he electrocuted someone with his penis. So that's an amazing. Also, his life story is fascinating. Pyro juggler Thomas Woods is a juggler and fire eater from the Renaissance Fair. Very interested in coming by the podcast and tell some of his stories. He's also a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
So there's also, I mean, I'm fucking excited about the prospects of this show kind of expanding into a completely different realm. But yeah, other than that, I mean, good things coming. And thank you guys for all the support and all the downloads. Thank you guys for watching live and commenting and helping the conversation. This is awesome. We never thought we started this bullshit in the couch just with shitty lighting, and it's just like,
yeah, my brother-in-law who's going through and watching all of them, he's like, yeah, the quality has been going steadily up.
Yeah, we steadily get better and better, and I just love the frame. You look at the frame of the show, and it's like, wow, they put a bunch of shit in there. Like that's like visually appealing. The next goal at some point is replace this thing for. I don't think the logo would make sense because we have the logo on the bottom. I think something else custom printed that kind of represents us. Maybe a bunch of pictures.
A giant picture of that one thing you've been working on with me with my eyes wall-eyed. Just like
Yes,
a big one in
just
the back.
a picture. That'd be amazing. Can I show that on with my iPad or?
Let's finish it first.
Let's not and say we did.
Let's not and say we did. Let's finish it first. Anyways, we're just about out of time, guys.
Yeah, out of time here. Thank you guys very much for all the time, all the attention, and all the conversation. This is always awesome to hang out with you guys and have a good time here. But this is the freaking the Deviant, and life. What is it? Life is chaos.
Nothing is sacred.
Good night.
Remember to wake up.
1, 2, 3, 4.